Christmas, and welcome back to Peace Evangelical Lutheran Church's Sermon Podcast. Today, we celebrate the most powerful weapon ever brought to earth. Not a bomb or a sword, but a baby. As always, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for following this show on Spotify. It really helps.
I need to tell you something. That night, I became the most dangerous weapon ever employed against an empire. Not a sword, not an army, a baby. 7 pounds of weaponized fragility wrapped in strips of cloth lying in a feeding trough. Emperor Caesar Augustus had no idea what he was into. While he was busy managing his empire, I arrived. Hope. I came in the form so small, so vulnerable, and yet so easy to overlook that the empire didn't see me coming until I'd already changed everything. You've been on a journey with me for these past few weeks, all through Advent. You've watched me work underground, planted in hope. I was planted in promise. You watched for the shoot to rise. You celebrated when joy took root. You remembered how love grounds everything. But tonight, Christmas Eve, this is when I finally blossom. This is when the promise bears fruit. Let me tell you, I chose the strangest place to bloom. Here's the scene. Caesar Augustus decided that everyone needed to be registered. Why? So he could collect more taxes and maintain control. When Caesar said jump, the world felt that it had to ask how high, and that included Mary and Joseph. Mary was 9 months pregnant, but the empire didn't care. It simply said, go. That's what empires do. They move people around, ignoring the needs of pregnant teenagers or anyone else the system deems unimportant. When they reached Bethlehem, Joseph's hometown, there was no room at all. So Mary gave birth in a barn among the animals. That's where I blossomed. Then I made my announcement. Where do you think I should announce that hope has arrived? The palace? The temple? No, I sent angels to shepherds. These were people who didn't get many breaks. They worked the night shift, watching sheep, kind of like a long, quiet sleepover in a field. And then, boom, glory blazing, the best night shift ever. The angel said, I bring you good news of great joy for all people. This wasn't Caesar's version of good news, which usually meant pay up and obey. This was different. A baby is born who changes everything. You'll find him in a feeding trough, not a palace, not a throne, a barn, because that's how I work. I don't blossom in places of power. I blossom in unexpected places, among unexpected people. Here's what scares the empire about me: hope. I don't partner with power. I disrupt it with grace. The empire says might makes right. Get bigger, get stronger, control more. I say the vulnerable ones inherit the earth. The baby in the barn is more powerful than Caesar on his throne. That's the gospel. That baby is the Prince of Peace that was born while Caesar counts his coins. He is the light of the world born in a dark stable. God doesn't wait for us to be powerful or perfect. God shows up as a baby and says, this is what hope looks like. And I'm still doing it. I'm still showing up in unexpected places. Where do you see me blossoming now? I see it in the people who welcome others when the world builds walls. I see it in the helpers, the nurses, first responders, teachers, parents, the people who keep the world going. I see it in kids who share and in families who make room at the table for the lonely. I blossom in small acts of vulnerable choices. I blossom whenever you choose love over fear and radical welcome over exclusion. And I want to say this. Some of you rushed here straight from work. Some of you are exhausted from wrapping and cooking. Some of you have kids who might lose it in about 15 minutes. And that's okay. Hope blossoms in the chaos, too. Mary and Joseph didn't plan for a barn. The shepherds didn't expect angels. You are exactly where you need to be, right here, right now. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Treasure this. Hope has blossomed. This baby is the beginning of a new world. God with us has arrived, and you get to be a part of it. Every time you choose kindness, every time you welcome someone, every time you stand up for the person being overlooked, you're planting me. You're rooting hope in the world. I've been underground all through Advent, and tonight I blossom in a baby's cry. But I'm not done. I'm ready to blossom in your life, in your family, and in the places you least expect. You are the soil where I grow now. You carry me out into the world. So go. We're going to light candles and sing. Then you'll go out and let me blossom through you, because I'm still showing up in babies, in barns, and unexpected people. And love always wins in the end. Merry Christmas. Hope has blossomed, and the bloom is just beginning. Amen. That's this week's episode of Peace Lutheran Sermons podcast. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode. Thank you for listening.